Welcome to Grappler News, your go-to show, where we dive deep into the world of grappling, From gi to no gi, and everywhere in between, we're bringing you the stories that are making the scene. I'm your host, Steve Hamoen, ready to explore, and today we've got some news that you just can't ignore. First up on the docket, a tale to behold about a young warrior who struck double gold. 17-year-old Hazel Butcher-Salazar from Madison Town has captured the crown at the IBJJF, where the best come down. In Long Beach, California, she made her stand. In the heavyweight and open weight divisions, she's the one in command. Against seasoned competitors, she showcased her skill, her technical prowess, and indomitable will. With victories that shine like the brightest star, Hazel's making waves in the world of BJJ, going far. Her coach, Mark Plavkin, sings her praise about her passion, work ethic, and the paths she paves. From her Blue Belt Grand Slam win just last year to her current achievements that we're here to cheer. Hazel's journey is one of relentless drive, aiming to be a black belt world champ, keeping the dream alive. She's a rising star, inspiring the community. Her story's a testament to grit and continuity. So let's celebrate Hazel, a force to reckon, with double gold medals that truly beckon. Her future in jiu-jitsu looks bright and bold, and we're here to witness her story unfold. Stay tuned for more as we continue our show with more grappling news and tales that you ought to know. Next up, we've got a story that's stirring the pot in the world of Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, and it's all thanks to Mikey Musumeci. You know Mikey? He's the guy who's never shied away from speaking his mind, especially when it comes to the use of performance-enhancing drugs in the sport. And now, he's driving a landmark change in the UFC's approach to grappling, particularly in the wake of some pretty bold statements from Joe Rogan. Now, Joe Rogan, never one to mince words, recently pointed out the glaring issue of performance-enhancing drug use in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. He highlighted how athletes like Gordon Ryan are quite open about their use, given the lack of testing in most jiu-jitsu competitions. This has been a concern for many, as it seems the sport has become somewhat of a haven for unchecked steroid use, with few organizations, like the International Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu Federation, taking steps to regulate it. Enter Mikey Musumeci, a vocal opponent of performance-enhancing drugs, who's now taking a stand with the UFC's new initiative, UFC BJJ, Road to the Title. This series is set to debut during International Fight Week alongside UFC 317, and it's promising a new era for competitive jiu-jitsu. With Mikey at the helm as a coach, alongside Ruris and Gabriel, the UFC is making a clear statement about its commitment to a drug-free competitive environment. At a recent UFC BJJ event, Mikey confirmed that Dana White and his team are planning to implement mandatory performance-enhancing drug testing for these tournaments, with full enforcement starting in 2026. This move is already causing ripples across the Brazilian jiu-jitsu community, with both praise and criticism flowing in. Mikey Musumeci has been quite candid, stating that 99% of jiu-jitsu is on steroids, which highlights the deep-rooted issues the sport faces. By aligning with Mikey, the UFC is clearly aiming for reform, but not everyone is on board. Gordon Ryan and Craig Jones, two of the sport's most famous figures, have pushed back on Mikey's comments. During the UFC Fight Pass debut, Mikey didn't hold back, referring to the current Brazilian jiu-jitsu landscape as unstable. He also threw a subtle jab at Gordon Ryan and Craig Jones by acknowledging their influence, but suggesting his mission is to steer the sport in a cleaner direction. This didn't sit well with Gordon, who fired back in the comment section of an MMA fighting Instagram post, dismissing Mikey's stance as a moral high ground. Craig Jones, on the other hand, took a more humorous approach, posting a Michael Jordan-inspired meme about having a chip on the shoulder. The debate has certainly heated up, and it's raising questions about whether this anti-performance-enhancing drug stance might affect the UFC's ability to attract new talent, especially when many athletes are reportedly juiced up. It's a controversial topic, no doubt, and as Mikey Musumeci's mission to clean up Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu officially begins under the UFC banner, it remains to be seen how this will impact the sport's future. Will this bold stance help elevate Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu to new heights, or could it potentially limit the talent pool? Only time will tell, and we'll be here to keep you updated as the story develops. All right, folks, let's dive into the latest Grappling Bulletin, where we've got some exciting updates from the world of Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. It's been a whirlwind of events and announcements, and we're here to keep you in the loop. First off, we've got to talk about Mica Galvao, who just made a splash at WNO 28. In his 14th match, he clinched his first ever main event victory for the promotion, capturing the middleweight championship by decision against Jonatas Gracie. Mica's rise to the top has been nothing short of meteoric, and this victory solidifies his status as one of the sport's brightest stars. In the co-main event, we witnessed an upset that left everyone talking. Kit Dale, known for his unique approach to jiu-jitsu, managed to defeat the legendary Zonda Ribeiro by decision. Kit's victory is a testament to his skill and strategy, proving that even the most seasoned veterans can be taken by surprise. The rest of the main card featured some thrilling bouts, with Lucas Barboza, Paige Yvette Clymer, Declan Moody, and Kyle Chambers all securing wins. Paige and Declan both scored victories via inside heel hook, showing just how dangerous leg locks can be in competition. Now, let's shift gears to the UFC's latest venture in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. The UFC BJJ series has officially begun its first season, with daily episodes being released. This marks a new era for competitive jiu-jitsu under the UFC banner, and it's generating quite the buzz. With Mikey Musumeci at the helm, the UFC is committed to implementing performance-enhancing drug testing using the same in-house service as their mixed martial arts events. It's a bold move aimed at ensuring a clean and fair competitive environment, and only time will tell how it shapes the sport's landscape. Meanwhile, Kenta Iwamoto has been confirmed as the first professional grappler for the finals of the Ocean Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu Pro. This prestigious event will feature 4 pros per division, with the rest of the competitors being trials winners. It's an exciting opportunity for grapplers to showcase their skills on a global stage, and we can't wait to see who comes out on top. On a lighter note, we've got a bit of news from the Professional Grappling Federation. They've announced their coaches for the upcoming season, featuring Renato Canuto, Andy Varela, Mika Tsipili, and Robert Drysdale. With such a talented lineup, it's sure to be an action-packed season full of intense training and competition. Before we wrap up, let's give a shout-out to some recent standout performances. At the ADCC Dallas Open, Jasmine Rocha and Dylan Melton captured absolute gold, proving their dominance on the mats. And in the fight to win 268 main event, Max Hansen defeated David Garmo, continuing his impressive run in the promotion. Pat Shigoli also defended his finisher's heavyweight title against Edmir Sokoli, securing a victory by decision. As we conclude this episode of Grappler News, it's clear that the world of Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu is buzzing with activity, from thrilling matches to groundbreaking initiatives. We're excited to witness how these developments will shape the future of the sport. And now, to end on a lighter note, here's a silly jiu-jitsu joke for you. Why did the jiu-jitsu practitioner bring a ladder to the competition? Because he heard the fights were going to the ground. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll catch you next time on Grappler News.